welcome. We are at episode 17 and I almost died today. So there's a good hook for you, right? So we're going to jump into that. But first, let me ask you, as I'm headed to the gym, have you exercised yet? Have you taken those steps in your daily routine and schedule to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, your health, your body, your mental, like everything? If not, here's your encouragement. Go and do so now. It can be as easy as getting out for a walk, going for a run, doing some push-ups, sit-ups, something from home, or maybe you need to get yourself out of the house and get yourself to the gym, as I'm going. I actually did swim for a little bit yesterday. I wasn't supposed to, but I had some extra time, and the day before when I did swim, it was so cold, and so I was like, man, I'm hot from working out. Like a nice frigid pool sounds good for just about 5-10 minutes. And guess what? The pool was hot. It was too warm. So it's always extremes with the gym and the pool water. It's either like river water, which the day when I swam, I was not expecting that. So just like, it's so cold. And then yesterday was just like, ugh. By the time you try getting your heart rate up, you have to stop and get your heart rate back down because it's just too hot. But the saddest thing that happened yesterday was I've been bringing my coconut oil to the gym because I want to put it in my hair and my hands especially, so make sure my skin is taken care of because it's been super dried out. And I could have sworn I had a dream or like a vision, but more like, like oh, what if this happened? What if I spilled all the coconut oil all over the floor? And basically that's what happened. The coconut oil gets liquidy when it is hot, and it was a hot day, even though, the car ride there is pretty quick, 10 minutes, as you know, as we talk together. And then I had it out on the bench next to my backpack. I was putting some on my hands, turned to grab something else, and I bumped the bag, which bumped the coconut oil tub, which dumped it all over the floor, and like over half of it was in a liquid form, so I lost like half of it. Make sure that guy doesn't hit me. I don't need to almost die twice in one day. And so my first thought was like, I could scoop most of this back in, but then I was also like, Michael, this locker room, it is disgusting, it's dirty. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna put that back in the tub because I use that for my face, my hands, my lips. Like, I don't need the gross germs and whatever else, gunk, dirt. So then I was like scooping it up, dumping it in the garbage. Then I used my workout shirt to clean up the rest, and just so sad. So I was like, okay, I'm not bringing it today because I lost so much of it. And I also need to make some more deodorant, which I was using that for. It worked for me. So like natural ingredient, if you want to call it that, but coconut oil, baking soda, and cornstarch. Those were the three things. If I do it again, I'm also going to add some essential oil. We have mint, so I'm going to add that so that it gets a very strong, fresh smell. So we'll try it out. But almost dying. Let's talk about that. So I walk a neighbor dog, and I walk almost the same route or similar routes because I need to stop by a bathroom because I'm very well hydrated, which is great until you're out of the house for an hour and you have to find a bathroom, and there aren't many bathrooms that are available, but this one park we go by has a bathroom, super easy, it's always empty, but it's near this like dirt recycling plant, and so I think it's construction for cement, they fill up a lot of trucks and they're going around the park. And I know that I walk this almost every day. I've been dog walking since I was 11. Okay, I know the rules of the road, of being a pedestrian, all that. So I'm at a pedestrian crosswalk. I push the button, the lights are flashing. I always give a couple seconds to make sure the cars see me, that they're slowing down. Then I see that this giant truck, it's like one that holds dirt, like 3 dirt trailers full, was coming at me, and I'm like, I should wait, but then I saw he was slowing down, took the foot off the gas, which that's enough for me to get across. So I gave him a head nod, stepped in the street, walking across, and all of a sudden, I think I just hear it or I sense it, I don't know. The hand of God was with me because all of a sudden I was like, he's speeding up, and as I'm thinking that, I just start sprinting, and the last minute I turn and look, and I see like the front of his car just go like inches away. Like any lack of movement, a second slower, we would have been hit and we would have been killed for sure. The speed he was going, the size of his truck, it would have just smashed me, thrown me. I think probably killed me instantly. It wasn't like, oh, I may have gotten hit and like depending if I fell on my head, then maybe I would be in a coma or dead. This was like, with all certainty, I knew from the speed, the size of it, everything. I was like, me and the dog that I walk, we would have been dead. So that doesn't immediately come into your mind though, because you've got so much adrenaline, and I mean, it happened so fast. So to see that your body can be shooting adrenaline and it give you such fast reaction times, like that alone is amazing to live through. But it was after I got through and I just kept running I was like, it leads to a trail that goes by the river, and I just kept going. So I'm like, it almost looked like I was the dumb one stepping in front of a truck, and I'm like, I understand semi-trucks, big trucks, they can't brake fast, so I'm not going to step in front and expect them to stop for me. But everything that I just explained of like waiting, head nodding, acknowledging, doing all of this is like built into me, because I know cars don't usually see you. They want to kill you. They don't want to kill you, but it's harder. But in general, also when you're coming to a crosswalk, if you don't know or you don't do this, you should always just instinctively slow down, even if the button hasn't been pushed, because you never know. Especially, this is a dog park, it's a children's park. There are summer camps going on with soccer camps. There's a giant living complex across, so there are people all over this. So like, you just kind of assume that there are going to be people in that crosswalk. This guy, no. I think he's probably on his phone, because I think a lot of the people are very distracted. But after I kept running, I slowed down, and then I was just like, oh man, I almost got hit. And then it was like, I almost got hit and I would have died. And then, it wasn't so shocking of the like, oh no, I'm scared to die. But I was more like thinking through, I was like, I would have been hit. All of these other cars that were slowing down and stopping for me, they would have seen it. They would have had to have experienced me and a dog, two beings getting hit and killed. And then how do they figure out who I am? Then they contact my parents, who are at this like breakfast luncheon thing. So I'm like, they're not even home, but does it matter if you're dead? But no, when they get the news, like, how far does that take? What happens? And then also I was like, man, I've done all this work for this business, and I feel like we're just getting started. Like, it's just, things are moving forward. I'm excited. I think we're almost to where I can start making money. And to be like, what a waste. But, all of that aside, I was then very grateful, thanking God that I am still alive, that he protected me, got me out of that. And that's something, I don't know if you've had those experiences where, you've almost died, or you've almost come really close to getting severely injured, and then you're just like, whoa, this could have turned out so differently. I could be dead. Just very thankful and grateful that God has protected you, saved you, kept you alive. But then I also wonder, on being that I am a Christian, on the like spiritual warfare side of like knowing that there is a battle going on that we can't see. The Bible is very clear about that, talks about that. And knowing that Satan, demons, devils, they're out there to steal, kill, destroy, like everything. And what better victory than if they could kill me, or kill anyone, really anyone, but especially, just where I am in life now, especially as things feel like they're getting started, and really not knowing how much I can help other people, and seeing like, I don't know, it's just like, if they can stop me now, then, they could stop me outreaching, helping, maybe even saving so many other people. So that also is something to think about. So then I'm like, does that mean I'm on to something good? Because they want to take me out, like, oh, I'm flattered, thank you. But then it's like praying even more, God, keep protecting me, please. But enough on that. But I will include a link if you are interested in this, how you can become saved. With Coffeed Up Cup, the business I failed, I wrote an article about thirsty soul and what that is, and how you can be saved and take the simple steps to give your life to Jesus. So if you want that, check out the description. I will have that added in. You should know if you die where you're going to go, and you need it to be heaven. Let me tell you, you don't want to be stuck in hell for all eternity. But I was able to record the project that I mentioned, the Unearth, which Facebook actually, I think, removed the YouTube link for that. I kept getting this message saying, you posted something that goes against our guidelines. And then I click the notification and it says, nothing's here, you're all good. And I'm like, what? But then I went back in my post and that post was missing. So it goes like 14, skip 16. I was like, where's episode 15? Facebook, what's wrong with that? But to recap you, if you haven't watched that or haven't been tuning in, Unearth, the business we're made for, is product 1 I'm coming out with. That'll be a cheaper product to figure out what kind of business should you be doing, what business are you made for. Then the upsell will be to product 2, which is Ground Zero, starting a small business, and it will take you on the journey, once you already know it, how to get it started and get going. So I wasn't sure if I would be able to record it yesterday. I was really hoping I would. So I finished, when I was talking to you guys yesterday, I just needed to finish the conclusion. So I was able to finish that, then went up to my recording area in my room, brought my computer upstairs, got it set up. I had told a friend like, oh, I'll call you once I'm done, just to check in, see how everything's going. It should just take an hour. Well, I was an hour in and I was only like halfway through. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to take so long. So it turned out that the full project so far is like 2 hours and 17 minutes long, which I know is insane. I did not actually think it would be this long, but alas, it is. But I think it's really exciting. I'm going through and editing it today. So I know I'm a bit long on the video here, so I'm going to cut it short here. But the good news is that I got it recorded. It's longer than I thought, but also that's good because it means I'm always afraid, and maybe it's just because I'm new to like getting into where I'm going to be charging people, that they're going to pay and be like, I didn't get enough out of that. And I'm like, no, I want you to. And I'm like, 2 hours, man, I share so much in that you know, $40, $50, I'm like, it's well worth that just to get what I'm sharing. So I'm reassured with that, but then on the other side, I'm like, what if people think this is too long? But at the same time, I'm like, if you really want to start this business journey and start it out, you should want to hear what I have to say, and you should be excited for that as well. So we're going to leave it here, but I'll tune back in with you guys tomorrow to let you know what I'm working on. I'm headed to the gym now. If you haven't worked out today, make sure you go and do so. It'll be a lot of fun, and your body will thank you.